And again, I want to thank the invitation for this, which I think is a really intelligent and interesting topic. And as soon as it was announced and I was talking about it, I thought, where do you begin? If you want an ancient to talk to our new president and administration, you have so many great choices. My first impulse was, of course, Socrates. And I started imagining a Socratic dialogue in which Socrates would ask our new president about something like, well, what do you mean by hope, Mr. Obama? Or what do you mean by change? And then go through this typical Socratic process. But I believe that for us, foreign policy is the most important issue. I know the economy is on everybody's mind right now, but I think that foreign policy is the most important issue to face, and I think that we have definitely a new direction in foreign policy with the new administration. And in fact, the narrative of the campaign, if you remember, in recent events, including President Obama's trip to Europe, what we're being told is that we are going to restore the place of diplomacy in foreign relations. The narrative goes something like this. President Bush was a unilateralist cowboy, too eager to use force, alienated all of our allies, worsened our position in the world. Now we're going to correct that by going back to a sort of model that Europe embraces. And so the first thing I'd like to do is define that model. And I'm going to borrow from an essay by an Oxford political scientist, Calypso Nicolaides. And what we are seeing in terms of European foreign policy is supranational constraints on unilateral policies and the progressive development of community norms. In other words, it's not going to be national self-interest anymore, it's going to be supranational. We want to create a global community of autonomous republics committed to relating to each other through the rule of law. This security community will favor civilian forms of influence and action over military ones, and strive to create tolerance between states and to move beyond the relationships of dominance and exploitation with the rest of the world. Its guiding principles will be integration, prevention, mediation, and persuasion. In other words, the reliance on force is going to be subordinated now to transnational, international institutions and diplomacy first.